Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're doing the weekly 22nd, 28th for Pisces. I do apologize, the last three videos, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces, got gobbled up in YouTube Studio. Sometimes towards the end of the weeklies, some of the videos get lost. I guess the studio gets overloaded, whatever the case may be. And I do apologize for that. So I'm having to do the reading over. And that's what you're going to get today. So let's get your your romance angel messages right out, Pisces. And sometimes I just take it as, you know, the reading needed to be redone for whatever reason. And so far, Sagittarius and Capricorn were very interesting indeed. So let's get right into yours, Pisces. Healing family issues. This has come out already for a couple of the signs this week. Romantic feelings. And true love. Wow. So, yeah, healing family issues has been coming out for a lot of the signs this week. Right? So we're talking about a lot of sort of like purifying energy, healing energy. It's quite interesting. There's been a real kind of like running theme for the collective of my viewers anyway, right? So let's get right into your animal spirits now. These are going to be spirits that may be walking with you this week, supporting you, coming in for you through friends and lovers, families. This can also indicate events, times, and stages in your life. So let's get right into it, Pisces. And again, just take what resonates and throw the rest away. Vulture. Wow, this just came out for Capricorn. It's come out for a couple of the other readings as well. Air energy, spider energy, earth energy, of course, coming in. The card for Dharma. And then we have frog. Wow, purification, cleansing, healing and cleansing, right? So these are very specific energies coming in, my lovely Pisces. So let's get right into it. All right, the vulture, much maligned and misunderstood creature. The vulture comes in to clear away all of the disease, the rot, everything that is left after death. When something dies, there's always remnants of it, right? And these remnants can fester, right? And cause disease, cause more death. And it really just blocks the rise of something new. Now, this vulture is interesting because this energy comes in specifically at a time in our lives when we have gone through a death, as it were, a transformation, as it were. But yet we may be blocked moving forward with our beginning, right? This is exactly the time the vulture has to come in and sort of really deal with the leftover detritus and garbage. It's an air element, so it's a case of the mental too. It's a case of mentally going over the last remnants of a difficult situation or situation that's really changed in your life and really exercising the last little bit of darkness so that you can actually make way for a true new beginning. Now the spider is beautiful energy, earth energy. This is the card for Dharma, right? The spider weaves its web very intentionally. Dharma is how we live our lives. And so in this way, the spider weaves this web of support, each step, planning ahead, right? But making sure that each step is in line with its moral and spiritual center. This is when we live through Dharma. Dharma is our works, our life's work, right? When we live a life and make decisions and make moves that is in line with our spiritual belief or ideology, we are said to be living a life of Dharma, following our Dharma. And so the spider is doing that. And in this way, the spider weaves a web of financial and spiritual support for itself and its loved ones. It's a very, very strong card for getting on with your life's work. excuse me, I have to take a sip of iced tea, especially for those of you who are very passionate about your work, whose life is, and whose philosophies are very much combined. Remember who you are. Remember to make steps and to follow and live in that vein. Only that way can you really realize yourself. Then we have the frog energy, water energy. I love the frog. The frog is the great rainmaker. He brings the rains. He brings the cleansing. Now, where the vulture is the purifier, the frog is the great cleanser, right? The waters kind of wash away. They don't necessarily purify so much, but they cleanse. They heal. They rejuvenate, right? And so the frog oftentimes becomes tired because it brings so much rejuvenation and healing to others that sometimes the frog itself can be burned out, right? And become sort of dried out and need, in a way, its own rejuvenation, its own spiritual kind of not healing so much, but replenishing because of all the hard work it does with others. This could be a person in your life, a really good friend or family member or somebody in your life who really works hard to help you be strong, to help you sort of go through difficult times, especially if they're emotional times. You may be the frog who does this for others. And so if you're resonating with frog energy, maybe you're feeling a little bit tired right now. It's also time for you to rejuvenate yourself. All right, Pisces? All right, let's get right into it. Certainly, if you've been the one who's been healing a lot of family issues and you're tired now, take care of yourself. All right, we're going to pull out about 5 to 8 3-card spreads. And these are going to be scenarios you may or may not be going through this week, Pisces. Again, like I said, just take what resonates with you, what applies to your situation. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, you know. Check out other readers. I encourage you to do so. And don't forget, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Pisces. And don't forget to check your other planetary placements in your natal chart. And it could be that there may be another reading for another star sign that is more in line with what you're going through right now. Okay, Pisces? Let's get right into it. We have 3 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and 2 of Cups. All right, so some of you this week certainly have been working very hard. You've been moving forward with your plans, right? With your plans at work, your plans with your career aims, right? But the Page of Swords brings with it a sense of fresh ideas, new ideas. It also brings a desire to kind of be logical in some area, right? And it could be that this week you're being very logical about your heart because you have a 2 of Cups coming in. You may be having some really romantic feelings with someone, and Page of Swords can indicate a communication. You may have a small meeting with someone, or somebody tells you they want to have lunch with you. And it's a kind of this chance encounter. Page of Swords comes in. And suddenly you find yourself having romantic feelings with this individual. Now, interestingly enough, for this to come on the heels of 3 of Pentacles, I'm going to say for some of you, this 2 of Cups comes out of somebody that you work with. Could be someone that you either work with or that you've done a project with that is somehow connected to your career or what you do for a living. This is the person that you're suddenly going to have this meeting with and have these beautiful romantic feelings this week. Very nice for some of you, Pisces. The Fool, 10 of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. Wow. All right, for some of you, you definitely feel like it's time to make a quantum leap. You're ready to, like, put the past behind you. You're ready to lay down those wands, those 10 of Wands, right? It's completion. You're done. It's been a long road of trials and tribulations, but you realize now that a lot of the wands that you've been carrying around has really been the same tantamount to baggage that you don't need anymore. You can let go of it all. You can lay it down. It's time for you to come into something new. You've done the work. And you're about to really make a quantum leap forward. The Fool definitely talks about making a quantum leap. We talk about a leap of faith, but there's always a leap of sort of understanding and realization and growth that comes when the Fool leaps, because the Fool is leaving one situation and going to a new one. And so usually that is almost always accompanied with a sense of growth and expansion, right? Especially if you're at a 10 of Wands, you're definitely growing and expanding your spiritual center, your emotional center, your mental center, because you've come to the end of a really truly difficult period in your life and you're ready to lay down all these hang-ups, right? You've learned something from this time. Page of Pentacles comes in to sort of remind you, you know, this is a very practical energy. It could be that somebody comes into your life with Page of Pentacles and Spider energy to really help you kind of set up practically for this new stage, right? There may be very real physical things that you need to take care of, like if you're moving house or changing jobs or moving cities or whatever the practical material side is of this new journey of yours and this turning of the corner. This week, either someone you know or you will be sort of really embracing Spider energy, that kind of Page of Pentacles energy, and really kind of getting your ducks in a row, you know, getting the logistics ready for this move. Could also, like I said, certainly be a friend who's coming in to help. Page of Wands, Four of Swords, and Knight of Wands. So most recently, some of you are Page of Wands. You've had this kind of burst of inspiration, I want to say, like desire really to be creative again. The Page of Wands talks about that. You've kind of overcome a fear of being embarrassed. It's just like you're ready to kind of really follow your heart or follow your ambition on something. You know, you don't care what people think of you. And so you're ready to take that step. But however, this week you're kind of forced into a situation, I want to say, where you're having to step back and really think about the next step. It could be that chance encounters or the environment or something about what's going on around you this week has kind of stalled your ability to move forward. And it could be that and it could be a really good thing in the sense that you need to right now take your time and not be too hasty. Sometimes the Page of Wands can be a little bit hasty, and its desire to start this new kind of this new kind of phase of creative expression, right? It can be really exciting when the fire is ignited, but certainly you don't want to be too hasty. Also, there is a Nine of Cups, so you have an opportunity to manifest a wish of yours, and so you also want to be very careful what you wish for. Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, but if we don't wish for, if we don't have a true intention, or if we haven't consciously really paid attention to what we're wishing for, right, we may squander that wish or squander the opportunity that we're given to manifest it. Ace of Cups, Two of Discs, and a Knight of Discs. Okay, so some of you have probably just started a recent relationship. You've met somebody that you've fallen in love with, and it's forced you to have to really now consider two new forms of life, right? Two of Pentacles, you don't know what to do, right? You feel like you're having to juggle a lot, and this is very much on the heels of, I think, this new cup of love that's come into your life, right? However, you feel like you want to have your cake and eat it too. You don't want to forego this cup, right? And so I think at the end of this week, or at some point during this week, while you're trying to decide how to move forward, because this really does seem like it comes out of the blue. It's an Ace of Cups. And so it's really a fresh beginning, but a strong fresh beginning in love that has really just erupted, it's just really blossomed, right? I think it's caught you a little bit off guard, and yeah, you're willing to juggle. You're willing to juggle, perhaps. It could be that this person is far away from you and you're doing a lot of traveling, so you're juggling two lives. Or it just could be, something to do with money, where you're having to juggle two jobs in order to maintain, or in order to sort of cement this relationship or manifest this relationship past the initial ace, right? The initial kind of spark. And so Knight of Pentacles comes in, and this is somebody, either an energy in yourself or someone who's coming in. Could very well be that you just make up your mind, right, this week, Pisces, to follow a certain course of action that's going to allow you to have your cake and eat it too, right? after some thinking and deciding and juggling, you do land on a certain course of action and you follow it through. Either this is you resonating with Knight of Pentacles, or someone comes into your life and helps you sort of move towards your goal, and they won't stop until you reach it. And the goal is ultimately to have this lover in your life and to also have your abundance. Hierophant, commitment coming in, 3 of Cups, no reversals for weeklies, and we have 7 of Wands. Wow. Okay, so commitment comes in. Hierophant comes in when it's time to have a committed relationship, right? When you've decided you want to double down, when you've decided you want to commit to someone. Could be that you, like I said, you most recently may have fallen in love with some Capricorn, with someone, and you've decided now that you want to commit to them. You want to have a future with them, right? But 3 of Cups comes in. It's quite interesting that in your desire to make this commitment, Pisces, there does seem to be a feeling of, I don't know, it's like your friends, like there may be certain people coming in who are interfering too much, because 3 of Cups talks about celebrating with friends, right? It talks about sort of being with like-minded individuals, being loyal, being bonded. It could be that this new interest, this new love interest that you're making a commitment with is somebody that you were friends with for a really long time, or somebody that's part of your like-minded community, like your friend circle, right? And now these romantic feelings have begun to bubble up and you want this commitment, but there's obstacles in the way. And it could be that it could be the fact that they're still very much in this friend zone with you, right? Even though the romantic feelings may be there, or even though you may feel this is indeed true love, your commitment is not necessarily being matched by them because they're still more committed to the friend group rather than you, in a way, right? And so this week you really feel like you're having to come up with some solutions. You know, you're having to kind of battle for this, what you want to maintain this, or because with 7 of Wands we talk about really kind of competing, you know, or perhaps feeling like it's you against the world to maintain your status or maintain your position, right? To maintain, because 7 is the number for dreams and aspirations as well, and you are fervently moving towards your dreams and aspirations, and these kind of attacks that are coming at it, you're willing to fight them off, and these could very well be all of the obstacles that you see in the way of you being able to sort of cement this relationship because of this social circle. Justice, 3 of Swords, and 7 of Wands. Wow, again. Interestingly, so for some of you, that 3 of Cups has turned into a 3 of Swords in the sense that you're heartbroken. The person that you were with did not end up being who you thought they were. The words have been spoken, right? Things have been said that can't be unsaid, and you've really been hurt, and it's time now with the Justice card. Justice comes in to remind us that sometimes it's time to just accept things the way they are, right? It's time to just get on with it. You know, we have to balance our desire for what we want with other people's desires, and sometimes when we learn that there's nothing we can do to change someone, justice comes in. Libra energy comes in to sort of rebalance everything, because you realize that, you know, your internal balance should not depend on them, right? And you realize that to be fair to yourself and to everyone around, you might as well just accept these people for who they are and just get on with your life. If you can't, you know, have them in your life without having to change them, then don't have them in your life, because you're doing a disservice to yourself. And as a result of this, you also begin to reevaluate some of the goals and dreams you've had for yourself, right? You begin to reevaluate some of the accomplishments in your life, because you realize perhaps, you know, maybe it's time to change that. Maybe it's time to have new goals and aspirations, because perhaps the life you were living before that got you all of this, maybe just the life that got you as well to this 3 of Swords, to this kind of heartbreak. And you realize perhaps maybe certain things have been important to you in the past that are no longer important to you anymore. And this can happen a lot of times, especially when we're heartbroken and we've been hurt with somebody's words. A lot of times we reevaluate a lot of things in our lives, right? And so 7 of Pentacles is a kind of reevaluation of your life's work. It's very much spider energy in the sense of have you been living your life according to Dharma? Have you really been following this, intentional steps that are in line with your moral center, or have you kind of compromised that for the sake of achieving or for the sake of gaining certain monetary goals, certain material goals, right? And this whole heartbreak situation has certainly got you to reevaluate all of that, and balance is beginning to come back into your life. All right, Pisces, that's it. I'm going to call it. This is your September 22nd to the 28th reading. Again, I do apologize. Sometimes the videos get lost because I do upload so many videos. And so I've had to redo the reading, but I do think the last readings, 3 readings that I had to redo today really came out strong. And I do hope that they did help you in part or resonate with you in part. Again, most of the people watching this video are not subscribers, and that's fine. If this resonated with you, just share it on your social media. Share it with other Pisces, all right? And if you do decide to subscribe, I welcome that and thank you for that support. I thank you for liking the video or for commenting. But for right now, Pisces, I love you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you Sunday for the next week's weeklies. Bye-bye now.